Because yesterday is over. The future is inevitable. And our destiny together awaits. Thank you.
Marco Rubio getting a standing ovation. Yeah, that really was a great speech. I heard it live. I heard not live. I heard it earlier on somebody else's broadcast. Yeah. And to think, just a few years ago, Trump was calling him Little Marco. Remember?
Yeah,
Little Marco.
Yeah.
And now Little Marco's all grown up now.
Yeah, it's funny how they do that. They all.
I totally see Marco 2028.
I could go with that. With nowadays, with the international be at the top of the list, JD's good, but he doesn't have the experience like Marco.
You know, there's something about JD. I can't exactly pinpoint it.
Yeah.
But JD Vance tends to give people the ick factor for some reason.
No, I know.
I'm not sure what it is exactly. But, you know, people are like, well, Trump needs to be more presidential. You know how people have been saying that forever.
Yeah.
He's not presidential. Well, guess what? Here's Marco. And look, how does Marco look? Freaking presidential to a T. Like,
yep, and then now with all of the increased Latin America, all that kind of stuff, he's Hispanic. And just because of his affiliation with Trump, I can just see it now. People aren't going to want to. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain.
No, he's like in a different class. He's
yeah.
I mean, affiliated to Trump because he works for Trump works for us, but he's not like him.
No, he's setting the stage. He's probably honestly, if you really think about all the presidents, most recent presidents, I think the biggest things facing everything in our country is all international. And I can explain that a little later if we talk about it. But
foreign affairs.
Yeah, foreign affairs is the actual. Foreign affairs is going to be the actual biggest part of this next election. No question. Because Democrats right now are still focused on the racism and immigration and all these things that.
Yeah.
It's what's. In other words, right now our domestic has a sideline. I can talk about that. Have you already started?
Oh, we're live. You can go ahead.
Oh, Jesus. Let me wake up.
Been live for the last,
hello, everybody. Jeez, I that's why they call me Big Perm, man. I don't know why, but probably because I don't pay attention. It's funny, Manny. Man, you can throw water.
You weren't picking your nose or something, I don't know.
Thank God. Now you got me worried about something in my. Hello, everybody. If people are laughing at me and wondering who I am,
screen. I might post that later. That was a great speech he gave. Hey, Mary.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Those are the things. That speech is one of those that'll actually be historic, and nobody's watching it. Because we're too worried about halftime shows and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how many miles is Venezuela from. Do you remember?
From Venezuela to where?
To the 9 states. What was it again? hold on a second. I'll tell you this. Venezuela to the United States, just until recently, you have China, Russia, and Iran with military units there.
To Texas, 600 miles.
Huh?
To Texas, what? Got to be more than that.
Oh, no, it's close.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. No, that's Mexico.
No, straight, like a straight flight, not road-wise. To Miami or somewhere.
There we go, 2,400 miles.
Okay, so it's not a hard location. It's quick, military-wise.
Yeah.
And the thing is that people, I don't know, it's our own demise, India just focuses on thing and focuses on one man. You got 2 years left with this one guy that they're totally fixated on.
Yeah.
And if you're a Republican, you're my guy and all that. Come on, man.
I'm going to say it's probably going to be a rough last 3 years.
Yep.
But
at least I feel safer now. I don't care what anybody says.
No, he's going down the list, scratching stuff off his list that he's got taken care of and done.
Yep.
The real main one is sealing up that border.
Yeah, that's a big one. And I think what ends up happening is everybody's focused on immigrants and, being from other countries and stuff. But, there's a lot of people right now that weren't here when the World Trade Center came down. And those guys that did that, if anybody was around it or looked into their history, I don't know if they even teach high schoolers that anymore, but they had to sneak on with box cutters. They had to come over here and take pilot classes and students and sleeper cells. They don't have to sleep no more because they crossed. I don't care what anybody says. I told my adopted son, I said, guys, I'm sorry to hear this. I hope I stay around to 89 years old, but sons, you're going to have something happen in our country. Like Donald Trump says, like never before. And sad to say, but it's ironic that DHS and all these other organizations that people hate, they want to defund, or not defund, but they were created because of the World Trade Center. It's just, we can talk next week on that. That's tough. I guess when you get older, Manny, you're like, I don't know, my grandparents when we had the war, and I'm like, dude, the war is a long time ago. But we don't have newsreels anymore. We actually have up to the minute, up to the second, you can't hide that anymore.
Right. Now with the internet, everything is instant at your fingertips in real time.
Yep. And that's it's unfortunate, but right now, if you look at the top things, got TV shows totally dedicated to halftime performances, like The View, little things like that. They don't talk about it, all that stuff. But when we were younger, because you're probably not. Well, you're probably a lot younger than I am. But we were talking about countries that are getting thousands of murders. You remember the guy in China that stood in front of the tank?
Oh yeah, Tiananmen Square.
Yeah, the one guy. It's an iconic picture.
Yep.
Ever. And right now you have, I don't know if it was 20,000 or 30,000 people has been killed in Iran because of the.
Yeah, they're estimating between 24 and 35,000 people.
Yeah, and the only reason you don't hear anything about it is because we're not involved and Trump's not. And I will tell you, mark my words here, we'll be there real soon.
Well, I mean, we're not sending all this hardware over there for nothing.
Exactly.
Something is going to go down.
And these things don't happen overnight, man. They don't. I think what happens, a lot of Americans think, well, when Trump's here, no, this stuff doesn't. I mean, families plan vacations. You don't just go, hey, let's go to, well, I have before, but hey, let's go to Vietnam or let's go to Australia. You don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These guys aren't moving boats around overnight. So, anyways,
It's all for a reason. Something will happen. I guarantee you that much.
yeah, definitely.
And it better, because he did tell the people of Iran, say, you protest, I will be here for you in case they start doing something stupid. And even though they have been doing something stupid, I mean, the regime has, some politicians are like, well, how come he's not going? He said he was going to protect them. And he's not going to say he's going to go and then go like right away when they're protecting it. So,
and that's like I'm saying, is precursor, because the nuclear bombing that they did, that was like 15 years in the making. They had like CIA was there watching all the movements in that spot for those many years, and then they kicked it in.
Yeah,
it's just a process, but just I don't know. Just my years of working, I worked with NATO and everything too, way back in late 80s, and it's hard watching the TV because it really is. It's weird.
Yeah, and then the part that bothers me is that, and it's a segue into the Nancy Guthrie disappearance.
Yeah.
Just Savannah Guthrie's mom. She's on a TV network. Honestly, I can't remember which one. Is it CBS?
Was it Today, I think, or Today Show or something? I don't know.
I'm going to have to look it up because I don't watch her. I haven't watched her.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the makeup on like you have on TV. They look totally different.
NBC, there you go. Damn. Yeah. NBC Today, the Today Show, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
So, explain to me, or let's try to think of another time where there's been a disappearance or a kidnapping, right?
Yep.
Where the president has gotten involved and he says, oh yeah, we'll send you the FBI and whatever resources you need.
Yep.
And for somebody's mom, and Savannah Guthrie wasn't one of those people that he would call being kind to him, during interviews and stuff.
Yep.
And so now he's bending over backwards to accommodate the family, and we've got all freaking resources out there. Like, you think we're looking for Jimmy Hoffa or something?
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's so early. So we tend to, I don't want to just say Americans, but we tend to jump on all these things at first, and you have to sometimes let it play out. It's just a lot of, man, they were like, how do they get that DNA so quick? DNA can't take that quick. Yes, it can nowadays.
I guess it can. I mean, typically, what I've always heard, it was 2 to 3 weeks, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Amazing what the FBI can do. Send it back to life.
Well, I mean, and here the other part of this was that that police chief or the sheriff or whatever, he gathered all this evidence and he sent it to a lab in Florida instead of giving it to the FBI and taking it to their lab in Quantico.
Man,
the FBI lab is like
crazy.
Top lab in the world for forensics.
Yep. Well, I can tell you this, man. They can surely find those spies. Those movies, those conspiracy movies, are not fiction. They can get somebody that can tap them. They get the thing, and they, the 007 movies. It's not fiction anymore, man.
I'm sure a lot of that is exaggerated too.
Oh, of course. But
if they want something done, if you need DNA fast, they're gonna put other stuff on hold and say, take care of this like right now.
Yeah, and I think the biggest question that I've always had is, like when you get listeners and you get viewers and stuff, people don't debate too often. It's more of a personal opinions, and they watch the news and then they take what they see on the news.
Yeah.
So to me, some people say, "Oh, they got this lady on there." I have a friend. Man, why does it have to be white ladies? Why are you guys covering them? It's like, look, man, when something like this is covered big like this, you have to sometimes step back and say, why? Why is it so big? Why would the FBI get involved? Well, because if it's crypto, it's over lines. Like, how do you do that now? If you had a foreign bank, well, yeah, it's what do they call it? Not interstate. But is crypto, if you're messing with it, is it messing with it in a state, or how do you do that? So there's something to it for the FBI to come in there. And I knew a lot of kidnappings and stuff, they do get the FBI and things, but
yeah, but you know how many people go missing in this country? Regular people, moms, dads, kids.
Yeah.
And not to mention in the past that have vanished, that have just completely, seemingly vanished in thin air.
Yeah.
But why are all these resources going to Nancy Guthrie?
I don't know. There's something about it. Everybody likes conspiracies. Everybody likes questions and stuff. And you get I saw this. I'm going to be very careful about things. I don't trust the news and everything anymore. But allegedly, Donald Trump said that if she's dead, the person will get the death penalty, or they'll fight to get the death penalty. It just came out.
I know. I saw that earlier, and then at the same time, again, it's like, why? Who is this family that they've got to go all out? I mean, we haven't found anything yet, and he's already saying, "Oh, death penalty. If she's dead, death penalty." It's like,
if you
people need this kind of search activity and investigation, and
Yep. Manny, all I can say is that
that's why I'm thinking something is up. Something is up.
Viewership drives everything. So the question that I have is, what is so interesting into stuff like this that people watch it? Like they wouldn't be reporting it if people really didn't care about it. That's the way I think about things. But for some reason, this one's a little different.
Well, why?
Something's going to come out. I mean, same thing with all the stuff in Minnesota. Everybody jumped to conclusions that she was just parking her car. And it's like, yeah, the last time I parked my car with 8 people with their phones out taking video, that I told them, let it play out. Something happened before this picture. They must have been coming from somewhere. And sure enough, look what happens. Just let it play out.
Yeah, it was definitely no. I don't want to go and beat a dead horse already. That's another topic that seemingly has finally, things have settled down over there in the area,
Yeah, and it's all driven. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's not a lot for me to handle, but I will tell you this: I keep seeing all these things with AI and this and that and this and that. It's like, you see it on the Ring camera or whatever it is. It's got me thinking now, like, is that real? I had a friend tell me that he still believes that we didn't land on the moon. To this day. But like, literally, he told me the other night, like, we were sitting there around, and he's a very intelligent guy. He's not one of those, like, friends that call you and say, hey, let's go out. And you're like, I've got something I'm doing. So this guy, he's an intelligent, he's level-headed. And I'm like, man, or at least I thought he was level-headed.
Yeah, thought it was intelligent.
That's crazy. People still think that. But
I mean, for a while there, they almost convinced me that maybe this.
I was the same way.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. I don't. It's just funny. But then my past occupation in the military, I worked with stuff like that. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? There's no way it was fake.
I don't know, man. Like you said, AI, there's so many things that happen on AI. I mean, are shown on social media, and people think they're real.
Yeah.
There's this guy on TikTok who says, "Oh, he's a time traveler. He's all over the world back, 200 years ago, or
I like those
years in the future." And And people believe this stuff,
Yep.
I mean, is it possible to time travel? I don't know. Is it possible to do remote viewing? You know what remote viewing is? That is very possible. That I believe in.
Yep.
But the one thing, I mean, I knew those videos were fake when he was in the Titanic while it was taking on water, and he's walking down the hallway or whatever you call the hallway down there at the bottom of where all the steerage rooms or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's water up above your knees, but nobody's getting wet. It was just people walking through the water, and nobody was getting wet. I was like,
yeah, it's just it's kind of funny because I'll sit here and I'll be like, damn, in the first 5 minutes here we talked about so much. But you know what the common factor is? Every bit of what we're talking about is what we're seeing on the media.
Yeah.
You have groups of people, if they can't stand Trump, they're not going to watch Fox. They're not going to watch this. They don't want to know the hard truth. You see what I'm getting at? You have to look at everything.
That's not just politics, It's like,
oh no, it's everything.
I almost called my program when I was changing. Well, not really changing, but it's kind of like a subtitle because my page is Manny Behind the Mic.
Yep.
And I wanted to call it. I almost went with something about common sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It didn't feel right. I like the hard truth was a little more impactful. That's I'm gonna go with the hard truth. And really, it's just a hardcore common sense. There are things that are reality that people may not want to accept or try not to listen to.
Yep.
Like the one thing I keep saying all the time about immigration, like, oh, they've been here for 25 years and they're working. Like, you know what? And I said this already a bunch of times. Everyone who comes here illegally, they cross the border, they run in, or they hide in a car, and they get by.
Yep.
They know that at some point they can get picked up and get shipped out.
It's always like that.
Here knowing that. They come here knowing that.
And you know what? Honestly, a lot of it, it's really wild because I was a deputy sheriff in New Mexico, and a lot of the guys that were here illegally and stuff, the majority of them kind of kept their head low. They didn't want to cause problems because they knew that resident alien status, all this kind of stuff can be revoked. Right. So go to certain states and all that. And again,
and that's the way it used to be for a long time.
Yeah.
If anybody who was illegal, they would just lay low. You wouldn't hear much from them at all. If they worked, okay, they're out working and stuff, but you wouldn't catch them or their families out protesting and
exactly
all that kind of stuff, drawing attention to everything.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of crazy because that's one thing we can touch on soon. But when people leave a country. I've moved before from my home. It takes money to move in the United States, a lot, especially if you have kids. And you generally don't just move. You move somewhere where you probably have a job or something. You've got people that are coming thousands of miles away from poor countries. They were destitute where they're coming from. Now they're coming here. Yeah, they're even more destitute. So they're even worse off. Because our country gives them money, it's a whole different world. They're not here for the same reasons as the way it was before.
Yeah, and that's why they come, because they keep hearing from everybody, hey, they'll get you a place to stay, they give you money, they'll give you a cell phone, you go to the hospital.
That's the thing too. Just like it all, like Somalis, for instance, they know that the best place in the United States to go to, like the rest of your countrymen or whoever, and even walking around the street speaking it, it's little Somalia basically, right? That's in Minnesota.
Yep.
So people will go there and they may not know anybody, but they'll be taken care of because that's their area. Living in Boston just recently, I worked with kids from all walks of life, from all the countries coming in, and the majority of them had family or somebody was related somehow. Kids from Brazil, and you know, you see how we do it. We go back a while. We'll sit here and talk around the campfire, and people are like, "Okay, what's this Guthrie?" I will tell you this. Jumping back on to where I left off, all of this stuff that's going on, it's geographical as well, because they're in a desert, and I think I had told you this. They're not having to do looking under plants and stuff. Like you see the helicopter there, you can pretty much see things out in the open. Yeah. There's a lot more. There's tracks. I did burglary investigations. Sometimes you could follow the tracks to the trailer where the stuff is. Theirs a little bit different. You know, anybody who's in that neighborhood no guys go walk around with those thick gloves like that. Yeah. You don't generally do that. So there's something. I don't know. I hope to God she's alive still, but based upon these things that I haven't heard anything about ransom still.
I don't know. I guess a couple of days ago, TMZ got another ransom note. Why are they sending TMZ ransom notes and not to the family or to the FBI?
Maybe TMZ's viewership was down, and they had to.
TMZ is a little too involved for my taste. Something's not right there, you know.
Is it the new Johnny Depp story where everybody and their brother and sisters is watching it now? The old OJ.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody's interested. I mean I started to lose interest a few days ago. I'm like, you know what? There hasn't been any new updates.
Yeah,
Sheriff is not saying anything. FBI is not saying anything, and deadlines have come and gone.
Yep.
Deadlines for the ransom. She said she was going to pay it. She said she'll pay it. And now you got another guy. The latest ransom note was not really a ransom note. It was just a note saying, I know where she is. I don't want to get involved, but if you pay me the money, I'll tell you where she is.
Yeah.
And that's the guy that wants whatever, a Bitcoin, whatever, 65 grand, 70,000, whatever, yeah.
It's, you know what, man? It's hard to even talk about. Like I was seeing this, and I knew what I was going to try to talk to you about tonight. And I was like, wow. I was trying to, well, maybe because of my previous occupation, I was like, I'm not really interested in this. I just want to see how they did their investigation and where did they find it at, and like, you know,
which from an amateur's point of view, from just a regular Mo,
yeah,
it doesn't look like they're doing a very good job investigating this thing.
Well, not only that, the thing is if it was easy and if it was a what do you call it, a novice doing this, it would have been solved. It's my opinion.
It's funny.
Out in that desert, if you look and you see it, and you go off your Google Maps, there's not been one mention of a car from what I know. And if it was the car that they saw in the neighborhood, the one that they got on the highway.
Yeah.
They found in Marana, which is a town. I'd been down to that area, and no one walked down the street and gone to this house. This is a transportation issue. If you've been in the desert, it's not fun walking out there. And they didn't show any shoes. This is another thing.
Yeah.
Shoe prints are the number one thing that leads people to get in deserts. Shoe prints.
Yeah, a lot of sand out there in that area.
They haven't, they got gloves and all this stuff, but where are all the shoe prints?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff they're not telling people, but that.
You know what? And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to tip off the perpetrators, and the public doesn't have to know every freaking thing in the middle of an active investigation. So I get it. In fact, sometimes I think they talk too much and give too much information, feeling like they feel obligated to tell the public something. It's like, you know what? Just do your investigation. Don't worry about the public. If they get mad, they get mad. But you don't want to tip anybody off,
Yeah, it's just I don't know. What are the viewers or what are people? What do they say about it? Like, what are people most interested in? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do they? That's my interest, is to find out what people are really saying.
Well, really, people think that it's a distraction from the Epstein files, because Savannah Guthrie and her husband, I think, what's his name, Michael Feldman, I think.
Yeah.
His company, they're named as a co-conspirator on one of these cases against Jeffrey Epstein.
See, that's the thing. You know what caught me?
Uh-huh.
When they were sitting there the first time, when the family's sitting there, like the three of them, when they were
Yeah.
That was the first thing I saw about this, and I was like, it was a little awkward, man.
You know, when she speaks, when Savannah Guthrie was talking to the public, like kind of pleading to the, I didn't buy it. I don't believe it. It doesn't look. He doesn't look all broken up. That doesn't look sincere. I should pull up some video.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, somebody sent me a clip. And we'll get to this too. I want to touch a little bit on Candace Owens.
Yeah, I don't hear too much about her anymore.
Hang on, here's something. Let's see. When did this come out? This is a new pleading from Savannah Guthrie.
I wanted to come on, and it's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope, and we still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is, that it's never too late. And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here. And we believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late.
That's wild.
You know, me personally, I don't buy it. I'm not convinced. At least, I don't know. I see it more of a performance. I don't know. Maybe I'm just cynical for some reason, but
yeah,
it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
It's like, it's funny because you get pulled into it, and I'm like, all right, man. You catch yourself watching it. And I'm sitting here, I was like, I just got off work, or doing what I do, and the next thing you know is sitting here watching this story. You just want to be like, what happens? What happens? It's like somebody said hoax on there. Comment on your page here.
Oh, which one?
Said
Oh,
hoax.
yeah, hoax. Yeah, that's Paul. Paul thinks it's a hoax.
I'm leaning over that way. Whether it's a hoax, you know what I'm saying? It's being drawn out and pulling people in. That's
and all you can do is think about, okay, why would it be a hoax? What's the benefit of a hoax?
Yeah.
Is this all just to cover up for the Epstein files? In 2 or 3 days, is Nancy Guthrie going to be found all alive and well? Nothing's wrong with her, and like it's a miracle? Or
yeah. I mean, this is something where, sorry, but for them not to have any idea, supposedly, they're not going to let everything out. Believe me, when they say they don't have evidence and this and that, why would they tell everybody?
This
They're not
was
gonna say everything, but that sheriff came out and said that. I was like, wow.
this was last week. This was on February 9th.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement.
See, I'll tell you right now, if I was wealthy enough, I would pack up a backpack and I'd go to Arizona right now and just start poking around myself.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. If you see the backpack, what I noticed that they put it on that it was bought at Walmart. It was an Ozark Trail backpack.
Yeah.
Okay, if it was an avid hiker or something like that, they wouldn't have an Ozark Trail backpack. So, whether they went and got all their clothes, those are things with me. It's almost like watching a Perry Mason, not Perry Mason, but that's the only thing that gets me is to say, okay, but I'm going off of the media. That's all the reports we get. So we're getting fed whatever they want us to hear. But just my experience in the desert with things like that, for them to have all those agencies there and really not get a bunch of clues,
yeah,
I'm on it. That's why I said with the hoax and stuff. I mean, the more it goes, the longer it goes.
Unless they are gathering stuff and they're just not telling the public, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
As long as they're. But I don't know, man. Now you're talking it's beyond 14 days now. This woman doesn't have her. I believe she doesn't have her medicine. Her pacemaker, it's questionable whether it's online or offline. So we don't even know.
There's nothing with her bank accounts or anything. It's crazy. How do they even know that she has a Bitcoin account?
Well, I don't think she does. I'm thinking they're
what I mean. Yeah. Somebody that knows what the hell's going on. So it's not just this neighborhood guy that walks down the street and, let me grab this old lady. It's not like that.
I mean, yeah, I know. Hey, here's another video. This was from a few days ago as well.
That's the one.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy. We feel them, and we continue to believe that she feels them too. Our mom is a kind, faithful, loyal, fiercely loving woman of goodness and light. She is funny, spunky, and clever. She has grandchildren that adore her and crowd around her and cover her with kisses. She loves fun and adventure. She is a devoted friend. She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Okay, so that brings up another point. Oh yeah, this happened too. I gotta keep this here. I don't know if you heard about that. There was a shooting at a hockey game.
I was under a rock today.
Yeah, it was a Rhode Island ice arena. Some guy came and killed his wife, and it turns out he was dressed like a woman. And there's video of it. Yeah, you know what? I got it right here. Let's watch this right here.
God.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it.
Watch. Somebody's gonna be coming down the steps. Right? See the white hat over here? The white.
Yeah.
Watch this. And at some point right there, she starts shooting. He thought it was a she, but he starts shooting, and then somebody jumps on and puts him in a headlock. And they keep replaying that clip over and over again. Pop, pop, pop right there, gunshots. And all that's happening while there were, I think there were kids on the ice rink, on the hockey rink.
Look at how many people are diving.
Yeah. And then everybody's trying to escape as well. Everybody's, you know how people get in a panic when something like that happens. I mean,
Yeah, well, you know, this crazy thing, you're at a hockey game, man. People want to go there for fights. I don't go watch hockey. I don't know if you've ever been to one, but
this is the perp.
okay.
That's the husband of the woman he shot and killed.
Hard to figure that one out there. I don't know if those are. Well, I'm not going to get into all that.
Prosthetics.
Well, he sure wasn't disguising himself at the hockey game. It must be he dresses that way. That's wild. I'd like to hear that one. Like, I'll look into that one I get. Is that him with the green hair too?
Yep, right down here. Yeah, that's the same person. This is the same.
Jesus. Okay, well, there's something on that one.
Lovely. Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know, man. You know, besides why did this particularly happen? For me personally, maybe because I don't have that kind of a temper or that kind of mindset, but if somebody pisses me off, I don't ever feel like I want to go and kill somebody.
Well,
if somebody's trying to hurt me or my family or my loved ones or whatever, different story.
yeah.
But if there's a betrayal or something, it's like, you know what? I'm like, all right, shut that door and move on and get on with my life. I don't want to kill somebody.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to. I don't want to say I feel outdated, but I don't even like looking at my phone anymore because I found. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, just like look at what happened last week. I know the other mass shooting up in Canada.
Yeah.
And with that, someone who claimed to be transgender.
Right.
I have my thoughts on that as well, but I don't have to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
But somebody, I think it was 18 years old, claimed to be, I think, male to female, I think. Yeah. And he went and he shot and he killed a few people. And that's that video I was playing of him like in a mad laughter, like in a possessed laughter. Have you seen that thing?
Yeah, there's said I just saw somebody, they said I heard they found her some medication.
I think you're talking about the Nancy Guthrie thing?
Yeah, it just said you have a comment on here, I think.
Yeah, Mary, you're talking about Nancy Guthrie, right? Yeah, I wonder where at this
It
point.
is- what kind of medication it is either, because like that's a big thing. You know, it depends what kind of medication. I mean,
And also, I don't know if they were talking about this. Did they find medication at home? Did they take it with her? Or was there medication at home, which means, oh, she doesn't have meds. She needs them.
yeah. It's just, I will tell you right now, if you wrote down every question that we have, it's like right now, I wasn't real big on the subject, and I'm sitting here going, okay, I want to find out what happens next. You get caught up on it.
Yeah, and you can. And then, you know, there's a lot of coverage on it, but there's not a lot of information coming out from authorities.
Yep.
So everybody who's talking about it, all the news stations covering it are all regurgitating the same information, just like around the clock.
Yep.
And that's when it got to a point where it gets frustrating. It's like, oh, you know what? I don't want to hear this today. I don't want to. I'll just wait till some breaking news that she's found or something, you know.
Yep. I just you know, the thing is when you watch these things, they're dynamic. You know what I mean? It says they fled to Mexico or something. It's like
Newsletter to TMZ said they fled to Mexico.
You know, it's like these shows that unsolved mysteries. Like, why the hell am I going to watch it? It's not solved. It's unsolved. Like Perry Mason. You remember Perry Mason?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many episodes. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I had to Google one day because it was driving me nuts. It's like, has he ever lost a case? And I saw 2. They said which they were, the 2 cases he lost. And I was like, wow, that was interesting. You know what I mean? He never lost his cases. And it's just, you already know what's going to happen. You know, and it's like right now, these are interesting. You know, these comments you're getting here, it's okay to do these. It's when people say things to just start it. Now I'm interested, and I hope they find her, and I'm going to find out how it worked out, who was wrong.
See, and if they fled to Mexico, there you're talking about an easy place where you can get medicine.
Yeah.
Like even without a prescription.
They will solve the situation whether she's alive or not. I'm just telling you. When law enforcement wants to focus on something and work together like they are, they'll find it. Whether they make it up, it doesn't matter. I mean, what else do you say? You're not dealing with the prince of the soul, wherever, the sun. You're dealing with before I forget, have you seen any of all those tapes there, all those interviews that you see? They're done off of their phones, kind of like with me sitting right here. I'm on a computer, and it's not an NBC, it's not any agency, it's their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not being interviewed by people. And which means to me, like, I would think, like, well, nobody's asking, Columbo.
Columbo would have.
I like that. Columbo
was the other guy. The guy in the wheelchair.
Oh,
Ironside.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Who was Telly Savalas? What did he?
Kojak.
Kojak. I remember that. Yeah. And ever since that show, man, I can't order Kojak cheese. I always think about it. Like, I remember that. That sounds like they went out and bought it. Yeah.
I don't know. If we're over 2 weeks into this thing, the kidnappers, if there are kidnappers, haven't got paid, haven't got a penny, because the TMZ guy can see that no money has been transferred.
Yeah.
And now you talk, you got Donald Trump saying, "Oh, if we catch you, and if she's dead, we're going to go for the death penalty."
Yeah.
You think that they would want to maybe cut their losses and just, let's just dump her somewhere, leave her on the street somewhere at the gas station, and let's drive away, and let's just.
Have you seen any AI, like anything about her where they say, I saw her walking in Mexico or I saw her walking here? You see what I'm saying? Like, that was pretty interesting. I mean, it would be sad that people would be doing that if it was happening, but you can't believe anything anymore. All this AI stuff, I can't. The only thing I can do right now is, like these comments that are coming in right now, the more people that are talking about it, the more heads that are put together. So, like I said,
she's 84 years old.
Yep.
How do you keep her on the down low? It's not like she's a little kid or a young person. You can tell them to duck and hide and, stay behind the back seat on the floor of the car.
Yep.
This is somebody who needs medicine, needs some kind of care.
Yep.
Like how long how long can you expect her to last under severe stress, which I'm sure she's under right now?
Yeah. No, that's crazy, man.
No signs of life. Like, hey, give us proof she's alive. Have her call on the phone or something. Nothing.
What do they call proof of life?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. I don't even know what to tell you in that one, because usually the proof of life where they do newspapers and stuff, that's not those days anymore. You can't do that. They get in there and the kidnapping, and they have like today's newspaper. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Just don't know how they do that, though.
I think men were found in sister's car.
Yeah, it's funny because this is something that, we're not watching Columbo and all these things. We're actually, honestly, this is the first time since AI becoming popular that I've seen something like this. And I've always said it. I even talked to one of the big judges. Don't want to release who it is, but they go to trainings all the time now, constantly, about AI. And I kept telling people, I said, you cannot sit there anymore and say, I have a picture of you this, or your DNA, and, I heard your voice, or you can't. It's not like you got pixels or anything. People aren't good at it.
Yeah.
And anybody that went to college and listened to their parents or whoever and said, here, study, go into computer and with this and that. Especially AI,
Where it's at, it's where it's going to be for a long time.
I ain't worried about Russia, China, nothing. I'm worried about them AI people, like the drones, a little simple thing like drones. That's what they're using, by the way, a lot on that investigation over there.
Yeah.
You may not have seen one yet, but they're all over the place.
Speaking of robots, did you see the friggin' robots out of China dancing?
Well, isn't that what the dance called, the robot?
Oh, no. This was a robot dancing. Okay,
that would be, the robot, man. You do that in the shower and do your. I want to see the robot.
Let's see.
I gotta see that.
And then there was some concert. There was some concert, and the dude, his backup dancers. Half a dozen of them were all little robots.
Oh shit!
And they were in sync. I mean, perfectly in sync.
That's scary, man.
Here you go. Let me find it.
Those are robots?
And they move in sync. I mean, you might as well put them in cheerleader outfits and have them, go do cheer for a football team because they are perfectly
That's
synced.
crazy. It's real, right?
I want to see a robot do the robot dance.
Or do a human dance like they're doing. That's crazy.
I mean, let this turn on the volume. This is freaking amazing.
Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, it seems like just a few months ago, a robot was walking, at some kind of presentation or whatever, and the thing like fell flat on its face and it was out of order. And now you got these things. You got these things doing flips and synchronized dancing. I mean,
Jesus. Yeah, now I know why people move to the mountains, go off the grid.
I mean, it's cool, but it's like, that's some scary crap.
That's wild.
Because now, if you think about it, now you can think back at the movie RoboCop.
I remember all those.
If those things can do backflips and dance and sync, and they didn't fall or trip or anything, I mean, why can't they be out patrolling the streets, with a...
It'll happen. That's why
firearm.
All these movies that came out, people just, they think about them, but what's going to happen? I mean, you watch the movie AI. I mean, it's been some years now. Was it Will Smith or who was on it? Or Robin Williams? Wasn't Robin Williams?
Yeah.
And it was like futuristic. And it's like, man, come on.
It's like iRobot. Wait, that's the one with Will Smith.
I watched the Jetsons. I watched Lost in Space. Come on, man. I remember all that. But
you always wonder, is any of that stuff ever possible? Can you fit a car into your briefcase and pop it out and?
Well, I think I told you this before too. The aircraft I used to work with and all that stuff. It's retiring this year at 76 years old. 70 years old. It's still used. It's still one of the best recon aircraft. Still to this day.
Yeah.
Because there's reasons for it, but right now there's some high-tech stuff out there we don't know about.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I'm just telling you, the AI thing is already in play in the military. If you think about it, you got guys dancing on a stage like that. You don't think that they're already in place 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago?
Yeah, and then look at our military went into Venezuela. Yep. Less than a dozen guys.
Yep.
They were able to get in there, decapacitate their radar, their army, go in, take the guy. Dude was in bed. By the time when he heard everything, he was trying to run from bed to a safe room.
Yeah, it's just, you know what, man? This is the thing. I just wish there were more. I don't know. It's a very hard time. I don't know if anybody's listening out there that's in our age group. I say our. I just pushed the 5'8" this year, and I'm fine until I look at the mirror. And then when your grandkids said turkey, I was like, "What are you talking about turkey for? The turkey neck?" I'm like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, I don't feel old. But every time we talk about these things and AI and stuff, I'm like, God damn. So-and-so is the worst president ever. Can you imagine all the presidents rolled around in the grave that they had social media? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You see all the women JFK would have had having no social media. Technology has changed the world.
And all the extra guys that Marilyn Monroe would have had.
Yeah. Now that's interesting. Those are the kind of things I'd be. Can you imagine in the 60s, like sitting there trying to figure something out, not here until like 30 years later when the files come out. The files, everything come out.
And besides that, the usual stuff people talk about, like, well, I grew up in the 70s and 80s and I didn't have social media, and the kids were outside running around, playing ball, playing hide and seek, playing kick the can. They were out and not stuck to their computer chair in their room playing video games for 12 hours.
Yeah.
I think that's one reason we have a health issue with young people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, ever since phones and tablets came out, internet, everybody's more doing exercises with their fingers on the phone instead of walking around, being more active. People are very comfortable staying home on their phones or tablets and computers, laptops, and just streaming and watching stuff online.
Yeah, and that's a thing. We're all pretty much in the boat. Like, look at us right now. This is how we're communicating, but we're actually having a lot of dialogue. Just remember, when you're younger, I don't know how it was with you, but like, if we couldn't go outside, we bitch and complain because I want to go outside. I can't go outside. But then when you were inside and your parents said, "Go out and play," go get something to do, and you're like, "Oh man, I don't want to go outside." And I remember getting kicked out of my house, having to go play, and I couldn't find anything to do. Couldn't find nothing to do.
I mean, all my friends always wanted to play ball. We're either playing baseball, or if it's football season, we're playing football.
Yeah. Well, basketball, I was born into it. So
basketball too. Yep.
I had to do that.
And if it was none of that, then we were walking. We just went around and walked to the mall. We went to go fishing. We walked to the lakefront. I mean, everything was walking. We didn't take the bus. We could have taken a bus, but.
You remember? Did you ever? Because you were up north, right?
Yep.
You were in Chicago. Do you remember throwing dirt clods? Is that what they call them?
Dirt.
They're like at construction sites. They're chunks of dirt. Some of them had rocks in them. They call them dirt clods, I think. We go to construction sites and we'd be on the mountain, on the hill. Well, not the mountain, but get in. I wait for my friend's head to sit out, and he just go and it.
No.
And I was like, "Hey, you hit me in the face." It was a freaking rock, and the eyes are swelling up, and I'm not going home. I was like, my butt was warm. I'm not going home. Like.
We did that with snowballs in the wintertime.
Well, that too, but like, I'm just saying, little things like that is what we did. Nowadays, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
A whole different world.
I don't know, and there's talk about restricting the internet. Like, I think Australia is doing it already.
Yeah.
If you're under the age of 16, you are not allowed to get online.
Man.
And I don't know how I feel about that.
Man, I don't know.
Because even if you use these parental controls and stuff, either the parents don't follow up and parents don't follow up, or kids know how to get around it.
Well, think about it. Think about when you're younger. I knew I was younger, and I found ways around everything.
Yeah.
I adapted. We adapted to our, especially if it had anything to do with girls. Come on, man. You had tricks.
Do you remember, I don't know if you had on TV, wherever you were living at, it was like a little cable box on top of your TV, and then it was like a white little antenna.
Oh, yeah.
And it would plug into the TV, and premium channels like HBO or whatever were always
I remember.
Right?
Remember how you had to get to go?
Well, I found out it was Cinemax now.
Skinemax.
It was a Cinemax channel, and you could tell people were having sex. You can see a nude body. It's like, oh,
Shit, you could see the.
look, it's all, yeah. And then, but I discovered when you unplug that box,
Yep.
and then plug it back in, the picture's there. You're watching the movie, and it'll be on for about 30 seconds, and then it'll scramble.
Ah, man, I didn't know that trick. I feel bad now.
All night I'm there.
I'd laugh at it now, man. I just know when you get older, my grandpa would be like, these kids nowadays. Like, it's not the kids nowadays, man. It's the freaking adults. They didn't grow up. You got kids raising kids, and like, come on, man. My fun was having the telephone that had the cord, and I do remember the turn ones, but like the push
Rotary. Yeah.
Well, the turn ones, yeah, you screw up and hit 8 instead of 9, and you gotta hang it up.
Right.
But the push ones, you had to click the cord, the real long stretchy one.
Yeah.
And it was long enough if you're going to talk to your girl or you don't want nobody to hear it, right? We all thought we were slick, and we'd talk and we'd be like, shh, shh, shh. Well, and to this day, I've been thinking about how I did it. I got a hold of a freaking cord from hell that I could talk on, and I went all the way to the laundry room, and you could see the cord, and it almost like like if you're going in a tunnel and it has the thing. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I got this now. I tell you what, I'll get out of the house and I'll do this and that. My little dumb self forgot that it was probably not a good idea, because my mom had a phone by her bed too. I mean, you got little tricks, but you get caught.
Yeah. I remember those cords, you could buy them long, but then they made them where they were so much more flexible. So even if you got one that was only, 6 feet,
yep,
really stretched a long way.
Yeah. And if you got it caught, if I got it caught on something and it ripped out of the phone, you couldn't call. Like, think about it. Remember when the beepers came? Everybody was like, the phone was blinking. The phone was off the hook. I accidentally put it off the hook. Then the beepers. I didn't have service. Hell, now you got that 360 stuff? I didn't know that.
What 360 stuff?
It's some 360 where like all the whole family, it's always on. So like my kid's in Austin right now. She's almost 30, but like I could have her right now on the 360. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's 360. And you know where everybody's at.
Oh.
I'm like, I went all these years of my life not wanting people to know where I was at.
And now location services.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I don't really want people to know that I fell asleep. I'm at home sleeping. I overslept, and yet you're at the mall. Or, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, do you remember using the phone to find out the time? I was just gonna say that.
Used to call and find out. It is now 8:59 p.m. Universal Time clock, or whatever he would say. I forget what he would say.
Wasn't it like 3 numbers or something, like 978 or?
It was probably 976 something.
I don't know. All I remember was you call, and I'm, it's like it is 42 degrees. And I'm thinking, the time and temperature is what it was called.
Yeah.
Right now is 9:54.
Do you remember life without call waiting?
Yes. Yeah, especially when your mom talked a lot on the phone. You're
trying to get a hold of somebody.
Yeah.
Trying to call your friend, and it was busy for 45 minutes. Oh, man, that pissed me off.
Calling your neighbor to run over to the house and tell your mom something. They used to say, you could have called me, you're late. It's like, but your phone was blinking.
Yeah, I tried to call you, but,
That's wild. Do you remember I don't know how we got started talking about it, but it is kind of funny. You remember watching TV? Here's where the ages come up. I'm a very big patriot. I was patriot when I was young. And I knew my ass was about ready to go to bed when the Star Spangled, you know, like, like, and all of a sudden it goes.
Yeah.
When Poltergeist came out, never
white noise screen.
sitting in front of it, like, oh Lord. Man.
I remember when you saw that on a TV, you knew you were up late.
Yeah, up late, I used to get scared because I like it'd be on loud. I go down and trying to turn the TV off, and it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. Or if you were up too early in the morning, you turn on to a certain station, and the national anthem would start playing. And that's how they started every broadcast was with the national anthem. Yeah,
that's true. And the old this is kind of funny. I don't know what people are thinking, but what are these guys talking about? But movie times.
Every time I hear that, I keep thinking about Kramer on Seinfeld.
Yeah,
when he gets the phone number that resembles the movie phone number. Yeah. And people are calling him to get theater time, to show times, and he's pretending to be the robot.
You know, do you remember? I remember when HBO came out. I remember because they had the opening and stuff. I'd be like running my ass off to get home before the movie started. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. The house antennas. You're the ones you could climb and had the big old the big antennas on the house.
Oh yeah.
And we were kind of poor. Kind of knew poor people because they didn't have a freaking antenna. They had two rabbit ears sticking out of their bedroom window with foil on it.
I never had an antenna outside the house.
Man, that's pretty tough times. Go down the street and see all your neighbors. Man, look at that antenna. We got a lot of money there.
Here, I got something for you. I got something for you here.
Oh yeah. There's a little town that's out like that.
Remember seeing this?
Oh yeah.
Come on, it's gonna start. Come on. You're watching the wrong one. Look at all dramatic.
Have that R and all that crap, man. I'd be like, you know that what you're watching is wrong. So he's like sitting there turning it down and shit. Yeah. Feature presentation. Let's see. That's crazy, man.
That's the same, right?
Yeah. I used to watch it. I don't remember that one.
Damn.
That's wild.
Yeah. Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. There were a lot of, they always change it up.
Yeah.
God.
Well, I it's scary, man.
I remember, man, when I used to watch when The Sopranos were on.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was glued to that TV. This was I think they went on at 8:00 Sunday night, and I would be there I had to be home by 7:30, and I had planned to get home early, and I never missed an episode.
Yeah, I can't remember what I would watch.
Cinemax intro. I don't remember the Cinemax intro.
I think we had cable, but our cable get cut off. I had to go to my friend's house down the street, and he couldn't stay up past 8:30. I remember teasing him. I got him in big ass trouble because I said, "Don't worry, your parents are sleeping. Just go out. I'll see you out the back door." And the dad locked the door because he thought he forgot to lock it.
Oh no!
See, I got to stop this because they say your memory goes when you get older. It's true, but some things I don't want to remember. So
Here you go. Here's one we've all seen. I think we've all seen this one. You don't remember that?
special presentation.
I remember that Christmas time, and then it was like the Frosty the Snowman special or some kind
I
of
love that was my to this
some
day
kind
I
of
watch that.
Christmas or something.
Yeah, every Christmas got to do it. You know that whenever they had like they cut in like if you had a weather statement, it'd be like live from the so and so newsroom. If you're in this location, take cover immediately. Well,
Oh yeah.
if you're in between this town and that town, and I'm just like, shit, the tornado's already coming through. I'll never forget those things. It's crazy. Oh, they say always go open up all your windows and shit, dude.
First movie I saw on HBO was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I don't remember what the first thing I ever saw on HBO was. I had no idea.
Man,
I think it was a series. What was it called?
remember when they got the scary ones?
Oh, Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. You know how the HBO would send the stuff in the mail and it have the monthly guide as to what movies were on and stuff?
Oh yeah,
Don't forget that.
TV Guide.
Yeah.
It was a show called.
I remember when NTV's first. I was in high school or something. When the first one came out, I can't remember the name of the. I can't remember the name of the music. But it came out and I'm like, just music? Is this supposed to be on the radio?
Yeah, music videos back when
Yeah.
MTV was cool to watch.
Yeah.
Oh well. Let's wrap it up. I wanted to talk about Candace Owens, but I think I'll save that for tomorrow.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just good to bring up things. I think right now we just have to be very, I don't know, Which one is it? The monster show?
Oh, you know what? If it wasn't the white noise screen, it was this the rainbow screen with that test
Yeah.
and the high pitched noise. Just like, hey, damn.
No, that's the one that scared me.
Man,
I was home all the time by myself.
that was annoying. That one.
Yeah, that was the. I
And of course,
remember that.
now everything is 24-hour programming. You could literally get up at 2 or 3 in the morning and find a million things to watch. And then sometimes even people who subscribe to all these apps,
Yep.
Peacock, Paramount, Hulu, Netflix,
Pluto.
HBO Max, I mean, you name it. And sometimes there's nothing to freaking watch. Every once in a while, it seems like there's nothing. Nothing interests me.
I don't even watch the news anymore. YouTube is what I always turn on.
Yeah, I do. I got the premium. The premium YouTube is
It was 82.
magical.
1982. Yep. Yeah, that's wild, man.
There was a series on HBO. Can't remember the name of it. If I think about it, I'll put it out there.
I'm a big time boxing fan, and I remember HBO boxing. Like,
Oh yeah, boxing was big. It was popular with HBO, that's for sure.
yep. Those are all the times that I knew more about Trump back then because, I don't think people know what he was really like. He's still the same way. He hasn't changed. He is who he is. He is who he says he is. Don King, all them people. Go back to, that's another thing. Go back to all those HBO boxing shows.
Yeah.
Watch them when they're at Trump's place, and you'll see all these stars. You'll see a lot of politicians there. They loved his money.
They all wanted to be his friend.
Yeah, he was a Democrat back then, so he was like, he didn't play around. But I'm not trying to start politics by the time you're ending here, but that's
if we get into the Trump thing, that's a whole conversation for a different day.
Yeah, that's big time.
It's a conversation someone won't like, but
Yeah,
I'm not talking about pushing a one side or whatever, but just to talk about how he used to be. I met him in 84, 85 when his book came out, The Art of the Deal.
Yeah.
And he was tall. All I remember is like, oh, he's big, he's tall.
6, yeah.
Barron, his son, is freaking tall. He's a 6'9",
6'8" or something, 6'9". I don't know.
9, yeah.
Well,
Anyway, all right, I got to wrap it up, man.
take care, man.
We will do this again.
Past my bedtime.
I got to make a list. I have a short list, but got to catch up on Candace Owens with that whole situation. If you don't know what it's about, I can fill you in on it.
Yeah.
It's got to do with Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, and
Yeah, I saw that.
it's unbelievable. Anyway, and then we'll see what comes up in the news, and we will do this again.
All right, man.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little while. This is Big Perm.
Yes.
From Detroit, and he will be back with us again.
Yes. Take care of yourself. Good night.